Yo, let me get these in so it sounds better. Yo. I'm so tired of this, man. I'm tired of them, y'all. I'm tired of them too. He say fire Harbaugh. Are the coaches fired yet? I'm getting sick of this BS. I'm sick of it too. But what really kills me is Harbaugh, you have to see what Don Brown is doing and that it doesn't work. But yet you just keep letting them stay. After that second debacle against OSU, like what was to think about in the offseason? It wasn't nothing to think about. Fire him. Like this is big time college football. Ain't no free, just like they benched Vincent Gray. You got to go, Don Brown. you getting torched just like these players lose their job. You lose yours too. Keep it packing. It don't make no sense. Let's say Don Brown was coaching for Nick Saban. And the first time, not game after game against big time teams, the first time they get torched like that, he gonna be on the sideline letting him have it. He gonna be on the sideline letting him have it. He ain't finna. He's not finna tolerate stupidity. He's not gonna tolerate it, and that's part of Harbaugh's problem. He's willing to tolerate just insanity. Don Brown is insane. That's my. He's insane to me. For you to keep doing this year after year after year, getting torched by the same scheme. Throw it deep. We know you're blitzing. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give my blockers help. I'm going to have my running back stay in and block. I'm going to have an extra tight end to block. Just so I can get enough time to let that deep ball rip. Simple as that. Let the deep ball rip. All I need to do is give my quarterback 2 to 3 seconds so he can get off that deep ball and my receiver can do a double move or whatever. As long as I got time enough to put that ball in the air, say goodnight. This is so simple, it's sad. It's sad, y'all. Ross Hickson, you right. They don't really care about wins. Because the money machine keeps going. You see, I just bought this. And the money they still making money off of us. Let's see. Hey, Nate the Great. I do want John Harbaugh. I like John Harbaugh. Captain 250. No great coach is gonna tolerate it because it's going to keep you from being great. So why I'm gonna tolerate Don Brown holding the team back? He's holding the team back. Ain't no way. Play after play, you see they can't play man. Give them safeties over the top. Like it's not fucking hard, y'all. Like it's not hard to have the safeties over the top. It's so simple. Like it's so simple. And if they can't Vincent Gray was looking like he was just so slow yesterday. If you're going to have him in, have him 12 yards off the ball. Change up the defense. You can have them do 12 yards off the ball if you know that they're going to get beat deep. You have them play off the ball. It's simple as that. But you just, we're going to still play tight, and then they continue to get torched. I can't deal with it, bro. Hit the likes, y'all. Hit the likes. Hit the likes. We about to chop it up on this. My nephew just done woke up. I done woke him up. Exactly, Jay Mary. If you're a DB, why would you want to play for Don Brown? I mean, why would you want to put yourself under that much stress unless you feel like you Dion or something? You Dion, Charles Woodson, Jordan Lewis, some of these dudes. But if you can't get a pass rush, it ain't going to matter. You're going to get torched. It's just a matter of time. You're going to get beat. And Demir, this is what I don't like about. We got Dax Hill at safety, and he should be. It should be like where you don't want to throw to his side over the top, but instead we're using him in this man blitz scheme where he's almost like a corner. So we don't really get to see him make plays over the top. What's the point of having Ed Reed or somebody, not to say that he's that, but just a safety with speed that can make plays if you're just going to use him as a corner? You're not using him over the top to where he can read a play and break on the ball because he's over the top and just get a pick or, be somewhere you don't expect him to be. But we got him he's just playing man coverage. So he takes he's on one man. I want him over the whole right side of the field making plays. I want him over the top. So if Vincent Gray does get burnt, I got Dax Hill over the top to knock it down, to make the hit, to get the pick. Oh no, he's over here playing man on somebody else. Like, come on. Put the safeties over top of these corners and let's go and stop being stupid. It ain't that hard, y'all. Like, this man should be fired this morning. He should have been fired this morning, and it's just disrespectful. I'm getting hot now, really thinking about this. Now I'm getting hot for real because ain't no way this man should still have a job with us. You done got torched. Let us count the ways and the teams. Last 2 years against OSU, you done give up 50 pieces. You got torched against Bama. You got torched 2 years ago against Notre Dame. Wisconsin destroyed you last year. Penn State destroyed you. All these teams with good talent at receiver and a quarterback that can put it somewhere in the radius, you get just destroyed. Big plays, chunk plays, just huge chunk plays. They don't even have to get a consistent drive because they're going to get 4 chunk plays that just, oh boy, touchdown. Oh, just huge chunk plays. Get this man out of here. This is Michigan. You trying to run this garbage scheme. You trying to run this garbage scheme at Michigan where you're going to have to play Ohio State, Penn State, Wisconsin, maybe Notre Dame for those years. You can't get away with it. You can't get away with it at Michigan. Every year we got the hardest Big Ten schedule, and you think you finna get away with that man blitz scheme. You ain't at Boston College. This ain't the ACC, dog. You thought you was gonna go back to Boston College and get a job? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. People see what you do. I said this before. I know teams, good coaches, they see your scheme and they start licking. We finna eat these boys up. We about to eat this dude up. Don Brown delicacy. They eating you up like a snack. I'm sorry. They eating that man up like a snack. What up, Lulu? Ross Hickson, I don't know for sure about the offense on if Harbaugh stuck his hand in. The difference between Minnesota and State is State got to watch the Minnesota film, so they changed up their defense and played a lot of tight man coverage. And so they didn't want to run the screens and stuff like that so much because of that. But, and this is where Gaddis, Harbaugh, everybody on the sideline, you acting, it's just dumb. They're playing that tight man coverage. I didn't see any routes, like specific routes off of play action to go deep. And this is part of the problem with Michigan. And I spoke on this in my video yesterday. Who's the go-to receiver? Who's the go-to deep threat? I'll wait. I know you can't say nobody. You can't say nobody because we haven't seen any of these dudes go deep before. So you just like me, you can't say who it is. Who's the go-to deep receiver? Ronnie Bell is an underneath guy. We know that's what he does. Who can you say with confidence is the go-to deep receiver? I'll wait. Anybody. Motown, D-Town, have a drink on me. I feel your pain. I appreciate it, Motown. They killing me. Yeah, but like, who is the deep threat? Appreciate it, Rip. Appreciate it. He said, chipping in for the new mic, fire Harbaugh. Let's get Fickle. Love the content, bro. Keep going. Oh, yes, sir. We going to keep going, and I'm on their head today. I'm on their head today, bro, because it don't make no sense. Who's the go-to running back? Who's the go-to running back? When we need 3-4 yards, who is the running back? Please, somebody. I'll wait. Because we're doing this musical chair stuff, and we did it last year at receiver at some time, and I remember going off. Who is your go-to receiver? Who is your go-to running back? This musical chairs, it ain't finna help us. I see them try him deep, bro, but I failed to see him when Joe actually tries it deep. I haven't seen him open at all. When I've seen Joe try to throw deep, and yes, when he tried those, the ball was way, but the corner is running right next to him. So I can't say he's the deep threat. I failed to see us just like Michigan State yesterday. They had receivers, when they went deep, they had 5 yards on us, 4 yards, 6. One of them times, that dude had about 8 yards, and the ball was just so underthrown. 8 yards. And dude, the ball was underthrown, so he had to slow down. But our receivers, I haven't seen anybody run a deep route except the one last game where Joe had to roll out and he tried to throw it like this. That's the only time I've seen somebody actually open deep. That play, and then there was one down the middle where he was probably 20 yards and Joe missed him. He threw it off his back foot. So I've seen 2 times, but that was just a cover 2. That wasn't him beating his man. That was just a cover 2, and the weakness of the cover 2 is the middle of the field. I'm talking about who's the deep threat. Like, I'm going to get beat. I'm going to beat them deep, and they can't do nothing. Like, who is it? Who's the running back? Who's the go-to running back? I'll wait. Is it Haskins? Is it Charbonnet? Is it Corum? Is it Evans? They don't know. They just playing musical chairs, y'all. I bet if I ask everybody in the chat, and I bet almost everybody's gonna say a different player. I bet who's the best running back? Somebody's gonna say Corum. Somebody's gonna say Chris Evans. Somebody's gonna say Haskins. Somebody's gonna say Charbonnet. And that's the difference between good and great teams. Clemson, you ain't gotta ask who the starting running back is. Etienne. Bama, you don't have to ask who's the starting running back, who's the go-to. Najee. Even OSU, even losing Dobbins, Teague. You have to know who these players are, or because it creates confusion. Olave, they know who they studs are. We have to figure this out. And I don't think the staff really knows. If they did, they wouldn't be playing musical chairs with the running backs and with the receivers like that. Not only that, who catches the ball? We run plays for Eric All, and he drops it. It don't matter if it's right here. He dropping it. You can't complain at Joe when the ball right here and you just drop it. You can't complain about that. Who was the other one? Was it Sammer still? You can't complain when the ball right here, bro. You can't complain about that. I don't want to hear you complain about a deep ball when you drop the easy 10-yarder for a first down. Come on, y'all. And the problem I have with a lot of Michigan fans is we want finished product, which is fine. Which is fine. He's the starter. We expect him to be Trevor Lawrence right off the top. That's fine. It's not realistic. He's the starter. We want him to be Justin Fields right off top. It's a reason Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, these dudes are 5 stars. Like these guys are 5 stars right off top. What was Joe? A 3-star? So I don't expect Joe to be perfect. I just don't expect that. He's a first-time starter, and every new receivers don't know who your running back is. Like I expect the offense to have some growing pains, but they got a lot of talent. They just don't know who to get it to. It feels like to me. And I'm not saying Joe was perfect. He had growing pains yesterday for sure. For sure. He had growing pains. I want Venables. I would offer him the head coaching job. I don't really like to talk about Harbaugh getting fired because I don't see them doing it. So I really don't like to talk about it, but it seems like it's time. I would go for Venables. You bring in that championship pedigree from Clemson to Michigan could change some stuff. That's can you get him though? You're gonna have to throw the bank at him because he just got some more money from Clemson. What do you think about Joe Milton being asked about if there was any changes made to get the offense going? And he said the coaches made no changes in the scheme after we could not score. It was obvious they didn't make no changes. And this is what I hate. Michigan State was running man, and we weren't even trying to throw deep. We really didn't try to throw deep. Like, you can say, "Oh, Joe missed." We didn't try enough. We didn't try to throw deep enough. And that's just being real. We didn't try enough. Michigan State put that in our game plan was garbage on defense because Dax Hill was saying, when they interviewed Dax Hill, he said they tried to hone in on the run. Why are we honing in on the run? Michigan State couldn't run it against Rutgers. So why are we just trying to hone in on the run like that? They had a few big games, a couple big games, but they really didn't just run it like that on us. They got all these big plays through the passing game. Man coverage. You thought they weren't going to go at that after Minnesota exposed you last week? You thought they wasn't going to go at that, bro? But the offense, we should have didn't see any screens. I failed to see, like, really, you got Blake Corum in these dudes. Why are you trying to run a wheel route for Eric All? How about you put Blake Corum out there and let him do the wheel route? Now you got speed on a linebacker. How about you put Chris Evans to run the wheel route instead of Eric All? Eric All is fast, but guess what? There's linebackers that can run with him. It ain't many linebackers that can run with Blake Corum. The first touchdown, he ran smooth around the edge. They can't, and that was part of my problem with that game plan yesterday. 7, 8. We ran up the middle about 7, 8 times after they had already showed that we couldn't stop, that they could stop us up the middle. And we kept wasting plays doing that. We weren't getting any yards. We were either getting back to the line or losing yards trying to run up the middle, just wasting plays. And you got a young quarterback. So now instead of being in 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, even 3rd and 7, he's in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12. So we didn't make it easy on them. We made Joe's hard job even harder, as well as the running backs. Do what they do well. Michigan State couldn't run sideline to sideline with our fastest dudes. When we ran sweeps and jet sweeps and reverses to A.J. Henning and Giles Jackson, they worked most of the time. So we want to go to the edges, man. Run plays for the running back to the edges, stretch plays, things like this to get them to the outside. Then when the outside, when they start committing to the outside, now you got cutbacks. We want to do this still. It seems like it always comes back to the same stuff with Harbaugh. Don Brown on defense, Harbaugh wants to run up the middle when it ain't working. And even my thing is, if you're going to do that running up the middle, set up a play action. This is my problem with Gaddis now, because I wanted to talk about this in my video yesterday, y'all, and I forgot. I'm seeing too much cutesy. We're doing so many fakes and all this. The defense ain't even paying attention to it at a certain point. Like, you're doing all this faking over here, this guy over here, and they still blowing it up. Like, yeah, okay, we just watching the ball now, bro. You can do all that. He's running over here, faking over here. Yeah, I know who got it. I'm hitting you in the mouth. Discipline. Yeah, he faking. Oh, he got it. That's what they doing. All that eye stuff, after a certain point, you got to scrap it. It ain't working. Basic football. You can do I just wanted to see a regular play action. Just a basic play action. and see what you got. Like, I didn't see one of those. But you constantly want to run up the middle. Okay, let's do a real play action. Let's catch them in something stupid, which I saw them in a couple times. Tight man coverage with one single high safety. That means we run 2 go routes on the outside. He's going to have to pick a side, or it's just going to be in no man's land in the middle. Like, come on. They running. You see them with single high safety, run a play action to one of these outs, make 2 on both outside receivers running go routes, and let's try some. Jeez, it's so simple. Like, sometimes when we have bad games from the offense, it's like somebody's playing Madden and don't know what they do. That's what it be feeling like. Like you got a rookie Madden player controlling the team. What up, Trill? Yeah, Don Brown should have been gone 2 years ago. Roman Wilson, you said he had 5 catches for 71. Would you say he's our go-to receiver, though? Tell me who you think the go-to receiver and the go-to running back is. Yeah, and Jamal Taylor. We didn't do the bubble screens. We didn't do the quick screens. I didn't see none of that stuff. Even if they playing man, you can still run that stuff. You just have to be a little more careful when you do it. Yeah, but Todd B, let's not act like Joe was on the level of no Fields or Trevor Lawrence. Like, come on. Like, come on, bro. Joe was raw, very raw. And my thing is about some of these players, what do you in college, you can't worry about I'm trying to make throws so they think so the NFL sees I can throw it and I can make the reads and all this. You'll lose games trying to do that. In college, it's in football in general. If you can go get 8 yards, go get the 8 yards. Now, if you on the same page with your receiver and you trying to make a play, but at a certain point, it just gets about making a play. I don't care if you make it through the air. I don't care if you make it on the ground. Just go make the play, son, and do it decisively. Indecisiveness gets you killed. And Joe was indecisive yesterday. He got rattled a little bit yesterday. And the thing I don't like when I see about Joe that I'm seeing that I'm not liking is like he was escaping out of the pocket. He could have went and got probably 10 yards, but instead he throws it to Charbonnet, who's like 2 yards in front of him. Instead of just running the ball and saying, Charbonnet, pick that block up. Come on. Forget trying to make that little two-yard throw. You got 10, 15 maybe in front of you. Go get it, baby. Go get it. Like, you might not – the urgency has to be there that, no, I'm not trying to get it to him. No, I'm trying to go get some yards, regardless. Whether I get them, I don't care if we have to win and Joe run for 150 yards and 100 yards. I don't care if we win and he throws for 300 and has no rushing yards. I just want the win. Go, if you got to go get the yards every time with your legs, go get them, baby. I don't care how we have to win, just win. That's college isn't about, oh, we're trying to build towards this and whatever. College is about winning your game. You want to get to the playoff, win, baby. That's all that matters is winning. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters in college except winning. It don't matter if you won off a fluke punt or whatever. You won on the next week. Still undefeated. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's all that matters in college is getting that dub and escaping. So they can knock you down in the polls for right now, but if you keep winning, it ain't gonna matter. Just like Clemson, keep winning. Find a way to win. Find a way to win. I forgot about this, y'all. I forgot about this. That doggone time management was horrible. That was some of the worst time management I've ever seen in my life. In my life. That was horrible. I blame that on nothing but Harbaugh. That time management was, you get an F minus for that time management at the end of the game. Once we got in the field goal range, okay, this is the situation. We down 10. Once we get to about the 20, kick the field goal, bro. Save the time. Y'all let the time get down to like 40 seconds. That basically gave us no chance. And this is why I say that. You get, once we get in, let's say we got to the 20 and there was about 2 minutes left or something like that. Might have been like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something by the time we got to about their 20. You kick the field goal. You know why? Because you need every last second. You need to keep every last second on that clock. So you kick the field goal. If you miss it, you miss it. But I'm kicking the field goal. I'm not going to waste another minute and 30 seconds trying to get a touchdown when I still need a field goal. So when I get to the 20, I'm kicking the field goal. Now I still got about 2 minutes left to either make a stop or kick the onside kick. So maybe I can onside kick it and get it, or if I don't, I still got 3 timeouts to try to get the ball back if we can make a stop. I mean, we know we couldn't even stop them from getting them. They done went for it on 4th and got QB sneak for 3 yards. Come on, that's nothing but heart. But that time management is horrible, bro. Like, what are you going for the touchdown for? We still need 3 points. Just kick the field goal, save as much time as you can, and go from there. Like, what are you trying to force to get a touchdown for, bro? Like, you wasted so much time. I couldn't believe it. Like, this is just, like, come on, man. Just come on. I can't. And I see you, Ronnie Virgil. Everybody keeps saying they took Joe off the field. That was stupid right there. Just dumb stuff. Trying to be cute. You trying to get cute with this Wildcat. Your quarterback is huge. Your quarterback is huge. You could have just ran a QB sneak. You could have ran that same play with the quarterback that he's used to throwing the ball. You could have ran that exact same thing with him, but you're trying to take him off the field. And this is how you know they were just committed to running that stupid play. They call time. They come out in the play. I think Michigan State calls timeout. They come out and run the play again, run the play. Because, you know, most of the time when a team calls timeout, you come out in a different play. But they were just so committed. We're gonna run the wildcat. And if they don't stop it, then we're gonna run the little halfback pass, the little Tebow over the top. Guess what? Michigan State had a player that was waiting for it, that didn't bite. Keep this. What's the point of having a 6'5", 250-pound quarterback if you're not going to use him in the red zone? Come on, man. What's the point of having this big freak of nature if you're going to take him off the field at the most important time? That's the time you want to use him. Oh, it ain't that hard. Like, they just think so hard at this stuff. They just second guess the truth. They just second guess themselves out of points. That's who I would probably start. Corum, to me, if we want to get the most out of our running game, I would play Corum. Corum would get a lot of the carries. Corum and Haskins, because Haskins seems to be able to. He don't have the speed, but he's got a little moves to him, and he runs hard. So Haskins and Corum would get the bulk of the carries. Corum, because he runs hard, and if you make a mistake, he gonna eat up some yards on you. Cool Moed says, I'm at work right now, just stopping by to say go Blue. Also, we don't have a deep threat receiver. They also stink at getting separation. Ronnie Bell isn't a number one receiver. He's a solid 3 at best. Let's see. Outside of the 70-yard run, Charbonnet is 8 carries for 8 yards since. That's a problem. I want to see more of Cornelius. Like, I want to see more of him. And if we really want to go deep, how about we give the man what? And Michigan State, they coach smart. He's smart. Michigan State, what's it, Tucker? He's smart. He watched that OSU film from last year, from if not last year, 2018 with Haskins, when we had Chase and Rashawn and them, and they were kind of killing people, the revenge tour year. And he gave what OSU did, they gave that man plenty of blockers. Why don't we do the same thing? Sometimes you need 6 and 7 blockers. Sometimes you need those extra linemen in, those extra tight ends in, not to run routes, just to block. Just strictly to block. Give them help. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna get real talk like this with Michigan from nobody else. Let me express y'all pain. Let me express y'all pain. What's up, Brad? Brad says, what's going on, Johnny? Love the content. Do you think Harbaugh was still interfering in the offense, or was that all gas? Those are the questions that we will almost never know, bro. It seems like that is Harbaugh, but I mean, when they making a game plan, Harbaugh is somewhat in on the game plan. So, he's still the head coach. So we don't know, but that run up the middle, we know that wasn't working. Like, at a certain point, you have to stop doing things that just don't work. Like let's say we start running to the outside a lot, and it's working. Now, I can understand if you want to try up the middle once in a while because, okay, we're going outside. It's working. We killing them. Now they anticipating it. But we weren't going to the outside enough for them to just adjust their defense to it. Like we went to it a couple times, then we go back to trying to run up the middle. It ain't working, dog. Come on. Ross Hickson says, speaking of the truth, Yoder is right back to talking stuff about Joe and C. Shea was better. You can't, I hate people that do stuff like that, and you know why? Because this is a different team than last year's. This is a different team. If Shea started off this year the way he started last year, we would have lost to Minnesota. Let me remind some people how garbage Shea was. Shea was like 45, 50% the first couple games with four fumbles and like a pick. He was straight trash. Shea was straight garbage for the first 2 games. And that's with us having all those other dudes on defense. That's with Uche. That's with Lavert Hill. That's with Ambry. That's with Metellus. Even though when we're playing garbage teams, Metellus is only bad if you're playing a good team. So if you're playing like Air Force or some Middle Tennessee, he's a good safety. Just being real, if you playing one of them teams, he's good. So Shea's on a team full of NFL late 6th round picks, and you know what I'm saying? And he was playing trash. We were winning the beginning of the season. We were winning in spite of Shea. Shea comes out, and if Shea comes out like he played last year and played in that game yesterday, we lose by who knows how much. We don't lose at the end. We get stomped. They probably scored 30 or 40. Like, just be real. Shea is going to make some bonehead plays. Joe throw the ball so hard, they can't even pick it when they do it. I told y'all, that doggone Joe throw the ball so hard, when they think they finna jump it, they still can't get to it. Whew. Yeah, Shea, I can't. It's a different team. And Shea's not good. So to say, oh, he Shea with it, it's just not realistic. That's what I'm saying, Ronnie. Shea was playing with a team full of NFL players. He wasn't playing on no young team. Shea's best year, what was that, 2018? He was getting carried. He was a game manager. Karan Higdon had like, what, 1,300 yards rushing or something? Come on. Yeah, exactly, Trill. Shea didn't have 300 yards pass until the last few games. And that was Harbaugh forcing him to get 300 and 400. I'm going to play him the whole game. We up 30. No, I ain't bringing Shea. Go on and play the rest of the game. Come on. Shea has a noodle on. Troy says, I'm an Ohio State fan all day, but I love your channel. You do a great job, dude. This was the season I was expecting the Big Ten to get 2 teams in the playoff, but everybody's tapping out. And that was my hope, bro, Troy. That was my hope that we would be able to, with all these teams having players opt out and all this, we would be able to maybe sneak into the playoffs somehow. Just at least make it to OSU undefeated, so we get the old matchup, two undefeateds. This is the game, and all the buildup that comes with it. Let's see. Who we getting in 2022 because Harbaugh's contract not getting renewed? I don't know. Can we get John? Can we get John Harbaugh? Can we get Venables? Can we get Venables there? Throw the bank at somebody. Who cares? We got the money. Throw the bank at him. Ain't like we ain't got the money to get whoever we want. You just got to make him an offer he can't refuse. That's all you got to do. Trio City says, I want Urban Meyer or PJ Fleck. It's going to be so hard to get Urban. It's going to be so hard to get that man. And I'm with you. Honestly, I'm with you. I just want to win. Like, I don't want somebody that's going to be happy with watching something that's not working. Like, you watching Don Brown get us exposed every time we play good talent. And I don't see you yelling at him on the sideline. I don't see you doing nothing. You just like, you over there like a fan. Dog, you the coach, Harbaugh. Get in this man, get in his face and let him know you need to change up. You sitting there like it's like you don't have control over the team, bro. Come on. It's your team. He's the defensive coordinator of your team. You're the head coach. Like, is Don Brown the head coach? Like, come on. Trio City says, I think Urban wants the job. He kind of acts like he does want to, be on up with us. Because let me tell you something. Michigan, we have the brand. Like, our brand is huge. We top 5 brands right now, and we lose 3 games every year. Can you imagine how our brand would be if we start losing 1 game or going undefeated and winning titles? You imagine what our brand would be like? You talking about people gonna hate us. Oh, they gonna hate us for real. We start winning because we already on ESPN all the time. Every game, we might have 1, maybe 2 games that aren't on ABC or ESPN prime time. Brand is there. You got dudes for Fox and all these other places. They can't wait to hop on our bandwagon when it seems like we're it's going good. Hey, Michigan back, Michigan back. Michigan's in my top 10. Oh, they got their butt whooped. I wait till next year. But it's there. Like, the brand is there. If we start winning again, our brand will be over. We will be the number 1 brand easily, and nobody will have a chance. We ain't won a title since '97, and our brand is top 5. Bob Stoops, that would be a good hire. I would take Bob Stoops. Doug Peterson, I like Doug Peterson. I'm not sure if he can coach anymore or whatever. If he's just where he don't want to coach anymore. Bro, if you throw money at somebody, ain't no telling what they would do. You just got to throw enough of them at them. That's just with anything. That's just with anything. Oh, you won't take the job? How about I offer you $100,000? Nah, I'm good. I like my job. All right, $200,000. That's just a regular person. Now, let's say coaches. I'll give you $3 million. No, I don't really care for Michigan. I like my job. 4 million. No, I said no. 5 million. Mm, Leave me alone. 10 million. Bring your and hurry up. Okay. You only gonna say no to money so many times. When they keep going up, you're gonna say yes eventually. 10 million. I like where I'm at. 15 million, dog. Now come on, stop playing. Okay. Money talks. All that. I used to coach at Ohio State, and I don't really care for Michigan. I'll throw you 15 million. I bet you put on a Michigan hat. Fuck out of here. Exactly. Yeah, that's fine too, Matthew. Send them a blank check. It ain't like we can't cash it. Ain't like Michigan can't cash it. So hey, what? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want from me. Hit the subscribe, y'all. If you new, this is how we gonna talk about it. We gonna do some real talk over here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, share it to your friends, your family. Motown Urban does have an ego. I think he does. I think he kind of does want to coach Michigan because I know he sees like I could probably have Joe almost in the Heisman with my coaching, my system, the way I do things. I bet you I could get some great players at Michigan. Look at the players they got. Ooh, I wish I had him. I bet I could have him all American easily. I bet he sits and thinks this stuff like they don't know what they're doing. I mean, he just be sitting there like they don't know what they're doing with this stuff. They don't know what they're doing. That's part of the problem. Bleed Maize and Blue. I think Fickle would go to Michigan with the big offer. What about coach from TCU? Daniel says we could lose recruits to MSU after yesterday. That's possible. I mean, that's possible. Urban Meyer can talk really fast, and Harbaugh talks extremely slow, bro. Harbaugh does seem like he's a little slow. He just does. I mean, he's got that introvert personality. And Urban seems like he's a football genius. Like, if you were to talk to Harbaugh, you wouldn't think like this is a football genius, like savant. But when you listen to Urban talk, you're like, okay, this guy maybe invented football in the spread. I think I'm going to listen to him for a while. Like he's breaking down the game very well, and that's why I say with the Michigan, who's the receivers and who's getting open. Urban, he said the same thing before I even saw it. I made my video and then I saw what he said, and I'm like, that's exactly what they're not getting open. Like they're not getting open. Some of that is because that RPO is so. Okay, we're gonna do double slants on this side. It's so obvious what you're doing, like the slants. Okay, what you're doing the RPO with the slants. This time, do a slant and go. Fake the slant, then you go upfield. Like run something off of that. It got predictable. Cool as a cucumber. DAS says, what's going on, Johnny? This game was a punch in the gut. You telling me? Trill City, and that's how Harbaugh be. Like he trying to think. Troy says, look at coaches who do more with less, and some coaches are better coordinators than head coaches. Look at Texas and USC has struggled for decades. That's facts. Some coaches are better as the coordinators and all, that's true. Just like D'Antonio. He could get 3 stars, and you would swear he had a team full of 4 and 5 for some years in the Big Ten. You would swear he had 4 and 5 stars. It's just fact. Been to the playoff. Been to the playoff. That's sad. He took them to the playoffs, and we still ain't won a Big Ten title. Your boy puts too much sauce on the ball. Need to pull back so his boys can snag and run. That's true. Sometimes he does but this is my thing, bro. So sometimes you have to throw the ball like that. I never heard the dudes complaining about Brett Favre. When you got somebody that just has a cannon, that's just like sometimes certain throws need air on them. But them slants and stuff, I don't want to hear excuses about you not. He put too much on it. No, he didn't. You just didn't catch it. Certain passes need to be rifled in there. I ain't never hear them complaining about Brett Favre and when he threw it to. Your job is to catch the ball. You running a slant 5-10 yards, and you got defenders on both sides. That ball needs to come in as hard as possible. You just got to catch it. You're a receiver, right? Catch the ball then. I don't want to hear no excuses. Ronnie Bell. At first, I thought it was too high until they showed a replay. Goes right through his hands. Catch the ball. When you've played receiver and played, coaches don't want to hear no excuses for why you dropped the ball. If it hit your hands, guess what? You owe me 10, 20 push-ups, fingertip push-ups. Make your hands stronger so you can catch the ball, son. Sanders still right here. I don't want to hear no excuses. Like, if he overthrows it and it's a legit overthrow, but you just dropping the ball, he threw it too hard. Think about how that sounds. These dudes it ain't like he rifling and they 2-3 yards from him. These dudes are 10, 15 yards downfield almost. You just ain't catching. And coaches don't. If you in practice, I think of it from a coach's perspective. If you in practice, they gonna say, why you didn't catch that ball? They ain't gonna say, Joe, take a little off of there. They gonna say, why you didn't catch the ball? And your excuse bet not be he threw it too hard. It bet not be that. Now, certain throws downfield longer, you need more air on them. But most of their drops, they just drop the ball. Man. Exactly, Ronnie Virgil. It's just concentration. Because last week, it was a lot of the same throws, and they just caught them. But, last week you didn't have as much pressure because we got up early, and Minnesota's defense is just bad because they replaced everybody. This year, you got rivalry game. Michigan State come out hitting you in the mouth. Now it's pressure. We down the whole game. Now you have to make plays. It's more pressure. Even Joe started doing some indecisive things. Like, my biggest problem with Joe yesterday was deciding when to run. Like, just run, bro. Stop trying to stay behind the line doing all this. Just go, bro. Go get the yards. Haven't seen the long ball, boy. I haven't seen it either. I ain't seen nobody really open long. Honestly, we haven't even tried to go deep, but what? In 2 games, maybe 4 times? Maybe? I'll say 4. I've seen 4 times. Maybe 4 times. Maybe 5. Maybe 5. I'm not sure. Daniel says, be ready. We might be looking at a 2017 type season. We might be. Because we need to find out who are the go-to players. It has to be found out. Harbaugh has to tell Joe, you can't be indecisive. If you're gonna choose to go get some yards, go get them. Don't wait. And then I'm waiting on this guy to just go get the yards, dog. Just go get the yards. Just keep getting first downs. Keep putting yourself in position to be successful. You waiting, you get sacked, you just get 1 yard, or you lose a yard when you could have got 5. You could have got 10. Always get positive yardage. Go get the yards. Because a game like yesterday, you saw how as the game went on, the possessions, we sitting there like hoping we can get the ball back. Now it's possession. Now it's possession game. Michigan State just trying to kill the clock and stay on the field. And Don Brown and his scheme, we couldn't even get off the field. Then they got the BS call. Okay, that's fine. But they made the most of it. They go back, chuck another one 40, 50 yards downfield. They was making plays. Jay Marion says Harbaugh's son and Don Brown need to go get Mike Hart in a DC who can run multiple sets. That's a facts. That's facts. George Woodson would it only be a good secondary coach, but help with receiver because dude knows what tricks work for separation for wide receivers. The thing about a player like Woodson is I'm not sure how good of a coach he would be because he was so gifted. Everybody can't relate to Woodson because Woodson had 4.3 speed. Woodson probably had a 40-inch vertical. So it's like, how good? Because Woodson, he even said when he got to the pros, he wasn't even taking football that serious. He was partying and living that LA lifestyle and still was making plays, still was rookie of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude like that is so blessed. I'm not sure how good of a coach. It's like Michael Jordan as a coach or something. He's not good at that because he was so blessed physically that him working hard, it made him the greatest player ever. Just like Woodson. Woodson he really didn't start taking the game as serious as he should have until he got to Green Bay. That's when you saw the best of Woodson. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know about some of these great players, how good of a coach they would be because he was so talented. Like I feel like a player like Jordan Kovacs. I feel like if he's a coach, I feel like he would be a good coach because he is a walk-on that came from nothing. He gonna make sure you understand the opportunity you have to be something great, to be a walk-on and actually make an NFL roster, play in the league for a season or a practice squad. You a walk-on. You ain't even supposed to sniff the NFL. That ain't supposed to be in your dreams. You come from walk-on and you start at Michigan and become a damn good safety. I feel like a dude like that would probably be a better coach than Woodson because he knows what it takes coming from garbage talent. Like a dude like him, his talent level is like, I really ain't got that much talent, but I'm going to give it all. I'm going to give effort. And every year I'm going to learn my technique. My technique is going to get better. Every year my technique is going to get better. Every year I'm going to get stronger, a little bit faster. And then this is the big part with football, the mental game. What do they say it is? What do they say football is? What, 40% physical and 60% mental or 20 or whatever it is? half of the job in football is mental. Problem. We want to run man defense. Our corners won't even find the ball. So you got these dudes on the island, just run with them. Hopefully the pass rush will get to them so they don't even expect to look and find the ball. Who coaching them? Who's coaching them not to find the ball when they're going to be on an island all game? Then the two dudes that will find the ball, Dax Hill. Okay, Dax, I can't really say much about him. But Jamon Green, this dude will break on the ball. He can't catch for nothing. Playmakers, that was a big drop. He dropped that pass, and then Michigan State ended up scoring. Dude has great coverage. The ball comes right here. It's like he's fighting the ball. Just like this Jamon Green fights the ball. You know why he on defense. Because come on, bro. When he didn't pick that ball off, that's when I was like, all right, we probably finna lose because we're not making the plays that have to be made to win. This dude is over here fighting the ball, man. Come on. Oh no, Anthony Manzano. No. You tripping on that one. He says, question is the Big Ten in general more of an offensive-oriented conference because it seems like they're like the Big 12. Their defenses are not that good in general. No. That couldn't be further from the truth, bro. This is just a different this year you can't take much from defenses and all that type of stuff because it's such a weird year. Normally you got Ohio State with a good defense. Wisconsin usually with Jim Leonhard, they definitely have good team defenses and beat SEC teams in bowl games. Penn State usually has a good defense. Like the top teams in the Big Ten usually have good defense. Michigan State normally has a good defense. Looks like they got a pretty good one as long as they don't turn it over 7 times. So it looks like their defense is pretty good. Big Ten has always been known for defense, bro. I don't know where you got that from. Come on. No. Big Ten always been played defense. Big Ten has always been known for defenses, bro. I don't know where you got that one from. Simfolio says Jamon was getting cooked too. They all were getting cooked. The only one that didn't get really cooked was Dax. And what's sad is Dax got his head around, but he missed the ball. And dude caught the ball. He just so happened to be out of bounds. But Jamon will actually make a play on the ball sometimes. And they just stopped going at Jamon because Vincent Gray was just getting torched. Like Vincent Gray was getting torched to where it looked like he either didn't want to play, he looked like it was a walkthrough or something like he looked like he was really shocked that they were throwing at him. Like he looked like he was almost like, well, okay. Like he was going through he was playing like it was a walkthrough. Like real talk. For you to, okay, we in man, backpedal, turn. All right. And he gets sacked. Damn, he can get sacked. What are you doing, bro? Like, what? Come on. What are you doing? Like, he's trash. Like, come on, bro. His effort was like Come on, bro. You supposed to be a starter? That was just horrible. He played better than that last year when he had to start because he started a couple games last year. I don't know what's up with dude. I had high hopes for him because he played well when he had to last year. I don't know if this year Vincent Gray just started feeling himself or what. Like, what are you doing in the offseason to get better? But then you got Don Brown who puts you in position to fail. Like, okay, you getting torched all game. I don't care. Guess you just finna get torched. Oh, okay. Vincent, you out. Perry, you're in. And you going to play tight man defense too. You got torched. Oh, man. Who else we got that wants to play man and get torched? Who else is on the team that wants to play tight man and get torched? Anybody? Yeah. I don't know what to do. Blitz? 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 Did we blitz already? It's 3rd and 12. I'm blitzing. 3rd and goal. I'm blitzing. They knew I was blitzing. I don't know what to do. I'm going to blitz again when they get the ball back. It's going to work one of these times. I'm going to blitz again. It's going to work. No. Okay, back up 5 yards. I know he beat you by 5 yards last time. So this time, just back up 5 yards and hope for the best. Help over the top. Boy, I ain't giving you no help over the top. This Don Brown defense. You on an island. I'm sinking, coach. Well, you just gonna drown. You just gonna drown. That ain't my problem. You wanted to play for my defense, boy. You either gonna drown or you gonna float or drown. I ain't gonna give you no help. You can forget that. George Z. And that's what I'm telling people. People like, why the pass rush didn't get there? Because Michigan State knew we were going to blitz, so they gave him extra protection. It's not hard. Football is so simple if you just respect the other team. Hey, Don Brown's going to blitz, so I'm going to leave in extra blockers to help block the blitz, to help pick up the blitz, which in turn gives me time to throw on these sorry corners that don't have help over the top. So it's so simple if you just respect what the other team does and you're prepared for it. It's simple. Jay Marion, I rather gave up the run yesterday and held them to field goals than get beat by bombs and PI. Exactly. I would have rather them gashed us in the run slowly than give up bombs. And even if you do have two safeties over the top, they don't have to play super deep. They don't have to play super deep if the safety is over the top, especially Dax. Now Hawkins might have to play a little deeper so he can make sure he's over the top. But they don't have to play that far back. Because when a quarterback sees that the safeties are over the top, they see that safety is over the top in that man coverage. So they see that and they're like, okay, I'm not gonna go there. Like, you have to have a real beast wide receiver for them to try that. Most of the time, they're like, no, I'm not going to go there, like, because it's double coverage. Anthony Manzano. The sad thing is that is the spread we're trying to run. But for some reason, they doing a spread. It's a spread, but they're trying to have some power running wrinkles into it. So that's why you see Ben Mason in there trying to block all the time and stuff. But it is the spread. Like they're doing the RPO stuff, and this week they just refused to run the quick little screens and all that type of stuff. They just didn't really do it. Exactly, Trill City. It's a tougher throw. A lot of quarterbacks are not. They just gonna say no. I'm not gonna go over there because I see the safety over top. They're gonna try something underneath. We should have got DJ Durkin back. DJ Durkin had us with some good defenses. I like DJ Durkin. Exactly. Block 7, throw the ball downfield, 15-yard. They were doing like last year when we threw it to Nico. You either gonna get the pass interference or he gonna catch it. That's basically what happened with against them. George Z, they were feeling themselves. That's what it was. They thought they were gonna roll them. They didn't respect nada, feeling themselves. And as a fan, we can feel ourselves. We ain't out there hitting and gonna be the ones getting torched. So as a fan, we can feel ourselves. Yeah, we gonna blow them out or whatever. It don't matter if as a fan if we feeling ourselves or if we pessimistic. It don't matter. It's about the players. They started feeling themselves because the media jumped on them. The media started saying, "Okay, Michigan looks legit." They started to feel themselves, and a problem that we have is, and this is another reason Don Brown has to go. We have to get back to the 4-3. We have to get back to a real 4-3 with prototypical linebackers. We have to get back to the 4-3 and normal defensive line alignments. I'm so tired of seeing 3 linemen over here and 1 over here, super wide, where it's a huge gap right here, huge gap right here. Like, what type of stupid alignments are you doing? I can look at your alignment and tell that we're about to get gashed for some yardage because your alignments are so stupid. They're so illogical as far as football. Like Don Brown does stuff that makes you know that he feels himself like, I can get away with this. I got 3 linemen over there and 1 defensive lineman over here. And I'm gonna fill this gap with a safety. Boy, you about to get ran over. Whoever that man is, he about to get ran over. This ain't no small conference, dog. That's safety. Unless you got Sean Taylor or Cam Chancellor playing that safety, you just doing some stupid stuff, bro. Like, come on. Your alignments are garbage, bro. Like, you doing stuff that's gonna get us exposed. Like, I just don't understand it. You know, I'm watching Ohio State, and I'm like, oh, normal alignments. Wow. That's amazing. Just normal. It's normal stuff. I wish we could get back to just having normal alignments, man, where you know the lines they're lined up in a prototypical fashion. Man, that brings me back. It's like it's a dream to me now. We come out in this dumbest stuff on defense, and you wonder why it don't work. Like, it's just some of the stuff, it just don't make no sense. The alignments, just something so simple as the defensive alignment is just trash. That's why half the time our stuff don't work, because you got these 3 guys over here, 1 over here, running this wide 9 stuff. I see it sometimes. We're so wide. Like, bro, what are you doing? You're setting us up to get gashed. All they have to do is notice it and check the play into something right at that huge gap you left. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to fill the gap with an undersized linebacker. You're going to fill the gap with an undersized linebacker going against a 340-pound offensive lineman. Probably 2. Yeah, that's going to work, bro. Yeah, you right. That was smart. Oh, yeah. That dude from what's his name? Ricky White? Oh, he for real. He was for real. I just can't, bro. Don Brown don't make no sense, bro. Like, I really think he's somewhat insane. Like, that's what insanity is. Doing the same thing over, thinking you're gonna get a different result when you know you're not. It's insanity. We should have promoted Greg Madison after 2018 to DC. Now he's OSU DC. That's facts too. Kentrell Merity, seven-man blitz on 3rd and long. And this is what killed me yesterday. The blitz wasn't working, and he just kept going back to it. I don't think we had 1 sack on them. And you were blitzing all game. How about you just drop those guys back into coverage, man? Did you ever think about that? The blitz ain't getting there. Drop them back into coverage, bro. What are you doing? The blitz ain't getting there. What are you blitzing for? All they doing is throwing Hail Marys. All they need is a 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, and they have extra blockers in the block because they know you're going to blitz. Switch up your game plan, bro. They play chess, you play checkers. Ball game. They play chess, you play checkers. Ball game. You want to play checkers. Wow. Ohio State, Michigan State got the dogs. Penn State, Wisconsin. When these teams have talent, they playing chess. You still playing checkers. Your only caveat is if we have more talent. Or if we catch a team that they have talent, but they have super young players. Like Minnesota's defense. Other than that, it's a wrap. If they got a good defense, our offense probably ain't going to be able to keep up, and your defense going to give up just monster chunk plays, just play after play. It ain't funny, Ronnie Virgil. It ain't funny, man. Man coverage against Jerry Jeudy, 335 against Saquon Barkley and Jonathan Taylor. That was sad. It's sad, man. It's just sad because we've seen it so many times. Like how many times? And is Harbaugh insane? Because he's sitting there watching the same thing and talking about it was troubling to see and all that. That's your defensive coordinator. I don't want to hear no troubling to see. I want to see him get fired. I want to hear you say we gonna look into it and make sure that this don't happen again, because it's happened year after year. Like, I want to see some fire on the sideline towards your coordinators. When they mess up, I want to see you go at them. I don't want to see you with this. No, I want to see you just like Nick Saban. Let one of his coordinators mess up. That boy, when Nick Saban's coordinators mess up, you would swear he's yelling at one of his kids, one of his actual biological kids. Like, I'm about to let you have it. What you doing? Didn't I tell you to take that trash out? I told you to take the trash out. You ain't take it out. Take the trash out, boy. That's what it looks like. Harbaugh, do you have more respect for Don Brown than you have for this? Because that's what I think. You got more respect for Don Brown than you got for the big Michigan. Go Blue. Established win. 18-17. Don Brown wasn't born when this was established. Get him out of here. You respecting this man like he made it. Nobody comes before the program. And like I said before, we always want to preach the team. We want to talk about Bo, but we don't want to do what Bo would do. Bo ain't finna have that man getting us torched every year because it's about the team. He's hurting the team. I feel bad for our cornerbacks because they have to play in that scheme and not get help when they need it. Brandon Watson, all of them, Ambry. Whenever we play Ohio State and Penn State or these good teams, I feel bad for him because he sets them up to fail, and Harbaugh lets him do it. I would pay to see a Nick Saban after all this time have just sit with Harbaugh, sit with Don Brown as his defensive coordinator. He ain't gonna do it. He gonna be tired of roasting him on the sideline. He gonna be tired of roasting him. Jay Marion says QBs can't wait to play Michigan. That's a fact. If you got talent at receiver, you got a quarterback that can put it in the area, you can't wait to play us. All you got to do is say, coach, all I need is some extra blockers. Just give me some extra protection, coach, and I'm gonna make the throw. But these coaches ain't stupid, so they know it too. You're running the same scheme. It might be running the same scheme like it be working. It only works against teams with not enough talent. Every year he comes back and he's confident. How? How are you confident, bro? Like, how are you confident when you constantly get lit up? It's just Don Brown. We all should hope to be as confident and as arrogant as this man someday. Hey, Jay Mary, Saban got in Lane Kiffin's tail. Saban don't care who it is. You mess it up, he gonna let you have it because that's his job. His job is to let you have it. His job ain't to look over you. You done gave up 30 points off of nothing but big plays. His job ain't to look over at you and do scratching your head and scratch his head and look at you like this. No, his job is to get on you. Get it together, or I'm gonna take over the defense. Get it together. That's your job as the head coach. Get it together. Y'all, it don't matter. You won't be here by next game. Next game, you won't be here. So it don't matter. It don't even matter. You ain't gonna be here next game. He was capping. Tufon, I'm not sure how to say your name. He said, remember when Don Brown said he made the adjustments after the Ohio State beatdown? I'm still looking for the adjustment. He was capping. Oh, I'm doing bracket coverage. Run a freaking zone. Just bracket coverage. He just tries to tweak the man defense. You say Coach Shoop hasn't been at Michigan for 6 weeks? What? Don Brown been done since Indiana 2018. That's who really exposed him. And after that, it's been downhill ever since then. Only fast person on defense is Dax. That's true. Especially in the secondary, it's just Dax. Dax and Vincent Gray looks so slow. Dude looked so slow yesterday. I was like, is this dude hurt or what? Boston College don't want him back, Daniel. Boston College don't want that man back. They see. They see he's too stubborn and he's just going. You can't hope for. We will never win a championship with Don Brown, y'all. It's time to face the facts on that. We won't, because we're going to face a good team, and they're going to expose him on defense. And I'm sure Boston College saw that. Like, we're never going to be – he'll never get us to luck up and win the ACC or something. Like, a team where you have nothing but seniors and juniors, and they've made the most out of their talent. And maybe you have a Matt Ryan at quarterback or something. He won't get you there because you're going to play a good team and they're going to expose him. He'll never get you there. For you to win with Don Brown, you're going to need Trevor Lawrence or Justin. You're going to need somebody that's unbelievable at quarterback. You're going to need a Cam Newton. You're going to need a Tim Tebow with Percy Harvin, with Aaron Hernandez, with who else? I can't even think of the other dude. But you're going to need a team like that. You're going to need a team. Either you got a freak of nature Vince Young with Lyman Sweet and Jamal Charles and all these other dudes. You're going to need a team like that to win with Don Brown. You're gonna need a generational talent at quarterback to win with Don Brown. It's just sad, y'all. I see Luke God of Jacob says Luke got Cincinnati balling. That's a fact. Miss Mullock says, I love the show and you. But Urban ain't going to coach again, and he really ain't going to coach at Michigan. I just don't see it. He is a genius on TV, and I really think he holds a grudge against ESPN. Probably. He's something serious. Like he's a genius with the coaching and breakdown. And I feel like we're not even Sip Folio says Dax and Dax LOL in the secondary. That's it. I feel like we're not even maximizing Dax. Like, I feel like Dax is being wasted in this scheme, bro. Like, I feel like Dax should be over the top. Like, being somewhere he's not supposed to be, getting picks, making plays. Like, I didn't even notice Dax was out there after the first quarter. I thought he was still hurt. I'm like, I ain't seen Dax. And then my boys are like, no, Dax out there. Like, I feel like Dax, to utilize Dax, he needs to be over the top with a lot of freedom to move, Gooch. He needs to be over the top with a lot of freedom. Like, that's what I feel like for Dax. Move, Gooch. You ain't getting on the camera. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like we're wasting his talent. I just don't like that he's just in man coverage. Now, if you're gonna have him as your corner, then that's fine. Play him at corner. But if he's gonna be at safety, I need him able to make plays at the safety. Like, I want him to be able to make plays at the safety. Like Antoine Winfield or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need him to be able to make plays at safety. At corner, he can just, okay, I'm just not going to throw at him. No, the thing about having a good or great safety is you're going to have to throw his way sometime. It's hard to throw away from a safety all game, especially a good one, because he gonna be somewhere you don't expect him to be. Whether that's a single high safety or whether that's too deep. Okay, you just gonna throw on this side and throw away from Dax the whole game? Okay, now we can shade our coverage over there. That's if you're doing some real coaching on defense, which we're not doing. So you can forget that. But you know, Hawkins sucks. I didn't even like Hawkins. I never liked Hawkins at safety, and that's even last year. Because he just doesn't seem like he does anything well. It's just okay. He doesn't keep contained. We saw that last week. And it's like he's not a hitter. He doesn't break up passes. What does he do? He makes tackles sometimes. He's built like a corner to me. Like, he ain't really safety size. Maybe he is. He don't play like it. And this is before I forget, because it's getting at about 2 hours, I'm gonna get off. But the physicalness. Too many times yesterday, I saw a player catches it or a running back comes up, and I'm seeing the hit, but we're not wrapping up. We're not hitting him and grabbing on and throwing him to the ground, finishing the play. We running into him. He didn't fall. We didn't fall. And he's still getting yards. Finish the plays. And this is physicalness. This is strictly physicalness. Like Michigan State was physical. They out physicaled us. And I'll take this even back to Ohio State last year against Clemson. Clemson, and this just goes to Clemson having the heart of a champion. A lot of them dudes were champions before. Ohio State was hitting them boys in the mouth. Woo! You talking about hitting. Woo! Ohio State was hitting Clemson in whatever bowl that was last year. Them boys was hitting. You talking about some hits, physical. And that's what Ryan Day said, though. We have to be physical. We have to bring it to them. Woo, them boys was hitting. That's a classic game. OSU fans, I know y'all lost. Y'all don't want to hear about it, but boy, the boys OSU was hitting. Woo, you talking about some hitting. And we don't bring the wood like that. I'm talking about, okay, come up and hit. Okay, y'all both stood up. Okay, slam him to the ground. Finish it. No, it ain't over. Yeah, I stood you up. Now I'm about to cram you into the ground, dog. All game. You can get ready for 4 quarters of this. You can get ready for 4 quarters of this. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, you think you finna run? Bow, concussion. I don't know how he got up from some of them hits. They was hitting that boy. I can't front. But that's the difference between Michigan and OSU. Them boys, they got them dogs. They got dogs that want to hit. We about to be knocking y'all out today. I hope y'all ready for it. Like, I didn't even see them come out with that type of physicalness on defense against us. Probably because they really didn't have to. But against Clemson, it was like, we finna test y'all manhood. It just so happened they had the heart of the champion. But that's how you have to come. Like, that's how we have to come against Ohio State. We have to bring the physicalness. Like when we got the chance to make a tackle, it ain't no soft tackles. And like, we do a lot of soft tackling, y'all. A lot of soft tackling. I don't see the physicalness of us. Like, even when let's say a guy's running to the left or right or whatever, and we're on top of it. We're on top of it. Like, we're barely getting him to the ground. Or he might not even go down. They might just blow the whistle. Like, Ohio State and some of these other teams, Wisconsin sometimes, like, they cramming these dudes and punishing them like, ugh. Like, I don't see us with those, ooh. Even when Khalil Hudson, like last year, he would try to, he might blow somebody up, but 9 times out of the 10, he wouldn't get them like that. Like, the physicalness has to be brought back. Penn State, a lot of these teams will hit, and I don't see us with that physicalness. Penn State, Wisconsin sometimes, OSU, Iowa, them boys would be hitting too sometimes. I'd be like, wow. But I don't see us getting hitting like that a lot of the times. Like, that aggression and that's just a mentality. Like, just a mentality. It's just a mentality. Like, y'all, I'm about to punish y'all. I don't care who it is. I'm about to punish you. Oh, you supposed to be the big back. You J.K. Dobbins. Oh, okay. I'm about to blow your knee out, dog. You remember Willis McGahee? I'm about to do that to you. It's just a mentality. Like, we about to be physical. No, ain't no pulling up. Finish the tackle. Yeah, a lot of these teams, they bring the wood, bro. And that could be right, too. Why do we have so many coordinators and analysts on payroll, too many chefs in the kitchen? That's a fact. Little brother hit us in the jaw. Foxmore says the weak hitting is a sign of poor recruiting philosophy. Like, you have to get dudes that are physical. Like, you can recruit, and this is to your point. You can recruit a dude that plays well, but he's a defensive player. And if you watch his film, he's not ragdolling dudes. He's not coming up laying dudes out play after play. Like, you can see the physicalness in certain players, and we don't have a lot of dudes like that. We don't have enough of those dogs. Like let's say Peppers, because people always want to talk about Peppers. Peppers was physical. He was physical. Big stop, 4th down stop against Michigan State. See, people always want to talk about Peppers, but they forget the plays that he made. They don't think about it, or I don't know. 4th down stop against Michigan State to ice the game. Go look it up. If you think Peppers wasn't physical like that, go look it up. Go look at his highlights at Michigan. Every game. He sees it, boom. Go get him. Every game. He bringing that physicalness. Like I see run, take runner out. Michigan State trying to get it on 4th down. Who gets the stop? Jabril. Like Dax might not be that physical. We missing that physicalness, y'all. That's that from looking at Dax. That might be my only knock on him from what I'm seeing. And he's also playing in this stupid scheme, so maybe it's not just him. But we missing physicalness, definitely, because too many times, watch our players in piles. 9 times out of 10, and when I was watching yesterday, when there was a pile, or there was 2 or 3 Michigan dudes, and they were, the running back is still getting yardage. He's pushing our players. That's physicalness. Like, no, I'm not. You're not pushing our pile. No, we stopping you in the tracks, dog. When we hit you, we stop you. We need them dogs, bro, and you're right. It's them hood dudes, y'all. Yeah, I mean, you can call it what you want, but dudes from tougher backgrounds, they make tougher players. Like, that's just a fact. Dudes from tougher backgrounds, they make dogs. They become dogs because they've been through some stuff. And they just tough. Like, dudes from the hood and places like that, they just tough. Grow up fighting way more. But to do that, you got drills to make your team tougher. Like the tire drill. You just throw a tire out there, and okay, you and you. Who gonna take this tire? Time to man up, dog. Who gonna grab this tire? You gonna let him take your tire? Oh, I'm gonna take it like it's jail. You gonna let him take your food? Oh, he gonna take your shoes too. He gonna take your bunk. Well, man up. Let's go. God of Jacob, I appreciate the 1999 super chat, bro. Ohio State all day, but I root for Michigan and Bowls. I do that too most of the time, bro. The only time I don't kind of root for OSU in the Bowls is last year. I knew Joe Burrow was doing something special last year. I was riding with him. I was like, this dude is ridiculous. Like, this dude is ridiculous. That man had 6,000 yards. Joe Burrow had 6,000 yards, 6,000 scrimmage yards, 6,000. He threw for like 5,600 and some, and he ran for like 300 or 400. He had 6,000 yards of yardage with 65 touchdowns and like 6 picks. Wow, that was something special last year. Why do you think Gray stopped running and then realized the ball was coming his way and ran? Do you think it is coaching or just lack of talent? I'm not sure what was up with him yesterday. He looked like he might have went to a party he partied last night or something. Yeah, he looked like he partied last night. Vincent Gray looked like he like playing football was the last thing on his mind yesterday. Like, he looked like he wasn't ready to play ball at all. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like, subscribe, y'all. It's going to be putting out more content like this. I'm going to do the Indiana video probably tomorrow. So just keep liking, keep sharing. FaZe Food says Joe Milton is trash. He ain't trash. Joe's got growing pains, but he's far from trash. Come on. Cameron McKinney says Mozzie Smith needs to start. From what I was seeing, is they trying to act like Mozzie Smith is not picking up isn't picking up the playbook on defense, but it's like he's a defensive tackle. Like, how much is there to pick up at defensive tackle? Like, really? Like, come on. That can't be it. And another thing, they saying Mozzie Smith, they say he showed up to camp 330. And they had to trim him down to 300. Why? We need a hog molly like this 330. I'm not trimming all that fat off of them big boys. I'm sorry. If he can play at 320, I'd rather have him 320 than 300. Because Kemp, I'm sorry, Kemp don't do it for me. Kemp would be a backup. If I had to, my starting D tackles would be Chris Hinton and Donovan Jeter. Kemp wouldn't be starting for me. He'd be coming off the bench with Mozzie Smith. Honestly, I might play Kemp at D end. I probably would just play Kemp at D end. I'm not playing him at no defensive tackle. He ain't no D tackle. Let's see. Absolutely no leadership on defense. Hutchinson could be, but he wants to untie shoes. I want someone on defense that is going to whip your head if you miss a tackle. And you're right. Honestly, on our defense, Aiden might be the best player, which don't surprise me. But Aiden makes a lot of plays. He's probably our best defensive player. Like, even on that, when we did that third and when we blitzed on that third down and they scored that last touchdown to put it away pretty much, he was the only one that caught on to the screen. Like, okay, he was chasing him, but he's a defensive end. He's not gonna catch the running back. But he's probably our best defensive player overall. But my problem is, like, with McGrone, we can't even utilize McGrone's sideline to sideline speed because we want to do this blitz. We want to blitz so much. Like, you can't even use a linebacker that's faster than most linebackers in the correct way because you want to blitz so much, bro. Like, you put two big D tackles in front of McGrone, Barrett, and Ross, and they should be killing everything. But this scheme is so stupid that you got three defensive linemen over here, one over here, and so when they hike the ball, the offensive linemen they blocking, they getting up to the second level blocking the linebacker. They can't even do their job. I guess it just don't make sense to me. It's making my head hurt, y'all. It's making my head hurt. Just the more I think about it, it's like my head just start throbbing. Like, oh God, y'all. And we got plenty of games. What we got? 6 games left. Nothing but Big Ten games. And I don't know if anybody noticed, we got to play Maryland. They got Tua Louis. They got Tua Louis, brother. Great. They got Tua Louis, brother. And I don't know if y'all seen, but he is throwing and running that John. And he looks like he is pinpoint accurate. When did this? Hey, this year might it's gonna break Don Brown because this nothing but Big Ten schedule. You can't eat up on no cupcakes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Daniel says, when Harbaugh got announced as the new head coach, I got excited feeling we got a jackpot, but now it feels different with how stagnant of a coach he is. You're right. We all thought like, yes, we back. Woo, woo, woo. We all thought we were back. We got Harbaugh. Like it was like, and this was like big national news. Like who's gonna be the coach? Like we got him. We got him. Yes. We didn't get Les Miles, but we got Harbaugh. Like it's only a matter of time. Like it felt like we were guaranteed a championship. Like we were guaranteed a championship. You say it feels like Ward Emmanuel is distancing himself from Harbaugh? Probably, bro. Oh, phase food. No, most of them passes, they going farther than 5 yards. I mean, they short passes, but they going longer than 5 yards. Joe's accurate. Joe is accurate. Like, he's very accurate, like 15 yards. But my thing is, people keep saying he's not accurate deep. Like, we're just throwing it deep. Like okay, last year against Alabama, Shea Patterson, Shea missed probably 5 deep balls against Bama, where Nico had 3-4 steps. Like, but people are talking like we're throwing it like we're throwing like downfield like we did in that game. We're not throwing downfield like that, and we're not running the same plays because we don't have the same players. So we're not like if Joe comes out and he misses 4-5 deep balls like Shea had against Bama, then I'll be with you. But until I see him consistently throwing downfield, missing those guys, then I can't say it. Because if like those dudes were wide open, or like Michigan State. Michigan State had 5 yards, 6 yards between them and the corner. Like when I see Joe missing dudes like that, then I'm gonna knock him. But I'm not seeing. I haven't seen us have anybody run wide open like that, barely. So that's why I'm not knocking him. That's why Urban Meyer wasn't knocking him. For those of you that think I'm just riding like, oh, he just taking up for Joe, go see what Urban Meyer said. He said the same thing. They not getting open. This isn't the pros. And for those of you that's gonna say, oh, you're supposed to throw receivers open in college. You mustn't see some of the throws he made with the corner right on top of the receiver. College, you should have some dudes 5-6 yards open in college because the defenses aren't that good. In college, you should have dudes running wide open sometimes. This ain't the pros. Oh, you're supposed to throw them open. That's the NFL. College, you shouldn't have to throw people open all the time. Exactly, Kentrell Merity. We couldn't even gang tackle sometimes and get dudes to the ground. That's embarrassing. Like for real. Might say they like little boys at receiver. How many throws did he have over 15 yards? How many throws did he have over 15 yards and how many of them were open? That's what I want to know. How many of them were open and how many of them were 15 yards and above? And how many of them were dropped? I know Ronnie dropped one right through his hands on the sideline. I know what was it? Sanders still hit him right here. I know Eric All dropped a couple that were about 10 yards. So does Joe get blamed if they just drop it too? That's his fault too. He threw it too hard. Like, I'm not saying he's perfect, but I'm not gonna sit here and he's trash. But same people riding with Shea. Well, Shea was garbage like most of the last year. Until like the last 2 games, Shea was horrible. So like, I'm not finna. And I hate to say this, and I really hate to say this, but it's a lot of people that just don't like Joe because he's a black dude. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. But it goes both ways. You got some black fans that only like Joe because he's a black quarterback. But let's just I don't care who it is. I just want him to be good. But let's give the dude a fair shake. Like, we all know everybody has what you want to call them. They're biased. But give the dude a fair shake. Give him a fair shake. It's game 2. He had, 64, 65% yesterday for 300 yards. And he had some growing pains. He did. He also had some drops. He also didn't have a running game. So let's not just act like, it was just all like he looked like O'Corn or he looked like Shea last year at the beginning of the season, because that's just false. He didn't look like that. We've seen way worse. If I had to grade Joe's game yesterday, I'd say it was a C. He was okay. I can't say he had some good moments. He had some bad. Altogether, I say it's about a C. No running game. He picked up some yardage with his leg when he needed to. No running game. Drops from the receivers, But I ain't going to say that the man was not trash. That man said Mel Tucker just threw 83% was under 5 yards. That's just false. Them throws is longer than 5 yards. FaZe Food TD rate is one of the lowest in the Big Ten at 1.4. Well, if you see, you the type that just pull up stats. I'm finna get up. Before I get off here, I'm gonna get on you, FaZe Food. I'm gonna feed you some food. Eric All dropped a touchdown against Minnesota. He would have walked in. Ronnie Bell was about to run in the end zone. The turf monster just stops him. Those are 2 touchdowns right there. If we get in the red zone and they take Joe off the field when we're in the red zone. They take him off the field, even though he's a monster and can run it in like he did against Minnesota, or he could throw a touchdown like he did against Minnesota. So you saying his touchdown rate, you're looking for any stat to knock this man. Let me look. You looking at you the type that I don't like FaZe Food. I might block you from my stuff, because you the type that I don't like. You gonna try to just knock this dude. It ain't gonna matter what. Now let's say if he come out next game and throw for 400 yards, you gonna come up with an excuse to knock him still. Indiana's defense was just horrible. That's why he had all those touchdowns. You the type that's gonna come up with anything to knock this man. Or let's say he has a great game next game. You ain't gonna be nowhere to be found next week on the live. He's just Indiana, or you ain't gonna show up at all. I know your type. Exactly. Look, Faye, it's not that we're soft as a fan base. The man has this is the man's second start. This is the man's second start. He's supposed to be a polished, finished product as his second start. So nobody goes through growing pains as a quarterback. Everybody's supposed to come out a finished product. Now, if you got, this is the thing. If you're a young player, and I'm gonna go on this rant, and then I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. If you got a young player, which Joe is a redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore, so he's young. He's never started for us. Now, if he comes out and he's got a senior-led offensive line, he's got junior and senior wide receivers and running backs, then his job ain't so hard. Then it's like, okay, I got all this talent around me that's ready to go, that's polished, know that what their job is. They know how to do their job. They just picking me up. I ain't got to do, they making my job easier. But Joe's got new offensive linemen. He's got young running backs. He's got young receivers. So the whole dang offense is young, except Chris Evans. And Chris Evans is a scat back. He ain't no go-to. This is our number one back. Like, the whole offense is young. Like, what are we saying? So him having growing pains is expected. You want him to be the polished, finished product right off top when the whole offense is young. That's my thing. Growing pains are expected. Then now let's say if Joe starts all this year, he has a okay good season. Okay/good season. And next year let's say he starts again and he plays the same way. Okay/good, sometimes bad. I'll be on the high horse. You can come to my page and I'm gonna be on him. But you got to let young players somewhat progress and go through growing pains. Like, that has to happen. Everybody can't just sit on the. Okay, let's say LSU had the same mindset as you. Let's say LSU had the same mindset as you. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's go to the stats. Let's go to the stats. Because you like numbers. You like numbers. So let's look up the numbers and let's say LSU did what you saying. Joe Burrow starts for LSU 2018. 57% passing. Threw for 2,800 yards. 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. Looking at his numbers, you're going to say, he's trash. He's not very good. He's not very good. No, let's not let him go through growing pains. Let's just throw him away. He can't cut it at LSU. He ain't good. Let's not let him play it out and see if he gets better. You know what would have happened? They would have missed out on the best college football quarterback season in history, thinking like you. Because you don't want young players that haven't really started to go through growing pains. You want them to be legends right off top. So you ain't going to see you didn't want to go through the growing pains. And then the next year you come out 76%. Throw for 5,600 yards. and have 60 passing touchdowns. You see, you don't want to put in the work for that. He's trash. He's trash. Because Joe might have a year like that. Not the best year ever, but young players have to go through growing pains if they've never started. It's just not likely that they're going to come out and everything's clicking, especially when the whole team is young. Like, this ain't Madden. This ain't NCAA college football, the video game. It's not that. Exactly. How many turnovers does he have? Man ain't got no turnovers. You want to talk about this? Just kill this man. You got to let these young players grow. Now, after they done played a season and you still don't see no progression, like Shea. Shea played out a whole season, a good season, and the next year he didn't get any better. He got worse. That's a problem. But first-time starter, he's gonna have some growing pains, y'all. That's just what it is. But don't tell me he ain't got tools that you like. Okay, I like what I see. Okay, I like. We're gonna have to go through some growing pains, y'all. The team is young. We just a young team. I mean, high hopes. I love having high hopes. I love having high hopes. But it's just what it is. Phase Food, I didn't block you. Trill City blocked you. My administrator blocked you. The thing, but anyway, you not. The thing is, you're not understanding that he's a young player. Like, young players are gonna go through growing pains. Like, adversity. Yesterday was adversity. But did you ever feel like Joe quit? Even when it seemed like we weren't winning, he's still running, trying to get the first down on fourth down. The game is pretty much over. He's still trying to run over dudes to get the first down. All that stuff comes into play. Like, okay, how much heart does this dude have? How much heart does he have? Does he quit? Does he mope? Like, growing pains have to be done because you haven't been in a situation in college. Like, you might been in a situation in high school, but this big time college football now, baby. This big time college football now. You playing real rivalries. This ain't no small town rivalries. This is national Michigan State rivalry. This is Michigan versus Ohio State, the most watched game in college football pretty much every year. Michigan versus Ohio State. I don't care if ain't no fans in the stadium. It's still being broadcast to the world. This ain't just something you just okay. It ain't nothing to me. This is situations, situational football where you have to learn what your quarterback is made of. Just the truth. But you can kill this man all you want to, but our defense was trash. Come on. Sophia Ellis, I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. What you laughing at? Ali Haraji says, at what point would you concede that Joe might not reach the ceiling that most of the fan base thinks he has? I'm not, for me to say that to say Joe can't reach a ceiling, I have to see way more of him. Nothing from the first game or the second game has me anywhere near to say that. Nothing that he has done has me saying, okay, what I have to see more. Now, if he let's say he starts to regress from yesterday to game 5. Game 5 from now. Or let's say we play Indiana. Well, we got Indiana, then Wisconsin, then Penn State or whatever. After, let's say we play 2 more games and he's slowly just getting worse and worse. After that second game, I'm gonna be like, okay, he might have to sit down. But he's not playing. He's not playing bad enough for you to even say nothing like that right now, though. Exactly, Ronnie Virgil. They want these dudes to be finished products. Like right soon as they start, okay, he must be the best quarterback in college football. They made him the starter. These dudes, when you haven't started for some time and now you're starting in college, you're going to go through growing pains, the situation, your urgency, your patience. Like all this stuff comes into play. You're the starter now. Everybody's looking to you. Okay, the defense. The defense is playing off of you. Like it's so much that comes into it. Like they have to go through the growing pains, y'all. So are we gonna ever let someone go through the growing pains? Okay, let's say Joe has an okay year. Let's say he has an okay year, and if the prodigal son, JJ McCarthy, step right on up. He wins the job. JJ comes out and he's 55%. He throws 2 picks the first game. He's 60% the next game, but he throws 3 picks. Uh-oh. Now what? We gonna let him have his growing pains, or is it gonna be throw JJ away? He's horrible. The prodigal son, JJ. Let's say he comes out and wins the job next year, and he plays 2 bad games. His 2 first games, they worse than Joe's. We would dream of his game being like Joe. What y'all gonna say then? Is y'all gonna say, oh, he's a young player, he's just a freshman, or is it gonna be he's trash? Which one is it gonna be? Some of y'all gonna say he's just a freshman. If you keep it real, you're gonna say he's trash. And he's trash right now. But he's growing pains. He's a young player. He's in college now. This ain't no high school. This ain't IMG Academy. This Big Ten football, baby. So he's a 3rd-year player. Phase Food. How many times has he started? How many times has he started? How many times has he started? It don't matter how long you've been at campus if you ain't started no games. Practice ain't the game. I can say this all day. Practice ain't the game. Practice ain't the game. If you think practice the game, you on some more stuff. Practice ain't the game. He been on campus for 3 years. This is the 2nd year in Josh Gaddis' system. This is his 2nd year. Last year and this year in Gaddis' system. But who was the leading receiver last year? We got Ronnie. Ronnie's back. They don't even go to Ronnie's like he put up the numbers he had last year. They don't run plays for him like that. If you can tell me if Phase Food, who's our go-to receiver? Tell me who our go-to receiver is and our go-to running back. If you can answer those questions with confidence, then maybe you'll have some. You just don't like dude. Phase Food, you just don't like dude. And the quicker you admit it, it'll just be easier. You can't front. Like, You can't front. Like, you just don't like dude. Just admit you don't like him. You wanted Dylan to be the quarterback. And if you did, I don't have a problem with it. If you wanted Dylan to be the quarterback, just say so. But don't act like this dude is just horrible. No, phase food from the same starts. I don't want to hear the age. I want to see if you a first-time starter. Joe is a first-time starter. Don't see you already ready to make excuses for JJ. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. You already ready to make excuses for JJ. Oh, if he's 21, no, first-time starter. You don't. All I care about is how much you started. You can start as a freshman, but if you still making mistakes and playing trash, it's the same. First time starter. Practice ain't the game. Practice ain't the game. I don't know if you must think practice is the game. It's not. Practice ain't the game. You talking about going deep. We barely even throw deep. You have to try to go deep to throw it deep. He tried. He threw 2 deep balls he threw it over the dude, even though the dude was covered. Faye's still at it. You gonna keep this live going longer. You gonna keep this live going longer. I know your type. You just don't like that, man. You either like Dylan McCaffrey, which is fine. I can accept that. You either don't like Joe because he's black, and there's a lot of y'all out there. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's a lot of y'all out there that don't want to say it, but that's really why you don't like him. And that's fine. But don't act like, oh, he's so horrible. He's a first-time starter. This is his first-time starter. So he's supposed to be Trevor Lawrence right off top. Everybody ain't that type. Everybody's not that. Especially when the whole rest of your offense is just as young as you are. So y'all going through growing pains together. Yeah. You going through growing pains together. Sometimes the offensive line ain't picking it up. Sometimes Joe gets out the pocket early. Sometimes Joe so, my nephew walking here. Sometimes you want to get on here? I just want some chips. He just wants some chips, y'all. He walking through the kitchen. He just wants some chips. Sometimes Joe makes mistakes. Sometimes he puts the ball on the money. The receivers, Eric All, he's young. Sanders still, he's young. Giles Jackson, Ronnie's getting to the up in age, but they still all dropping the ball. So they all making mistakes, but they all growing together. Simple as that. Ali Haraji, but my thing is, you can be a freshman or you can be a junior. If you haven't started, it's gonna be different when you get in that game. Some freshmen can come in and they pick it up and they often rolling. Some dudes are juniors and they still have growing pains. And then that next year they pick it up and they're balling like Joe Burrow. See, I love people that say stuff like y'all been saying, or like what's her name was saying, Faye. Because then I can look up somebody that had a mediocre season that was in a situation almost just like Joe's. You would have been ready to throw him away. You would have been ready to throw Joe Burrow away in LSU. and you would have been looking so stupid after he went to another school and threw 65 touchdowns. Oh, but he was trash. He's so trash. He only threw 16 touchdowns. He was 57%. And you would be the main one. Look, you will be the main one the next year. It's just the receivers making him look good. I still don't like him. I bet he doesn't do anything in the NFL. It's the offensive coordinator making him look good. That's all that is. He's not doing much. The receivers are catching it and running. They're doing all the work for him. Hey, get out of here. You're going to hate regardless. I know your type. You're going to hate regardless. You the type that just don't want somebody to be good. It don't matter. It don't matter who. In Faye, just, I don't know if you missed the first part of this, but it don't matter who we got at quarterback if Don Brown is still the defensive coordinator. That's facts. It don't matter who we got at quarterback. It don't matter who we got at quarterback. If he's still if he's still running it. Fox Moore, and that's what I was saying earlier, is when he be decisive. Like Joe wasn't perfect, but that was one of my big problems with him. Be decisive. If you deciding to run, go get the yardage, bro. Go get them 6 yards. Go get them 10 yards. Like, stop trying to get the big play and just go get the yardage. Make your down and distance lower, so it can be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 2. Yeah, you got some people that love stats. You got people that just crunch stats and they don't watch the game. They just, he only has 1 touchdown. He should have 3. They done dropped like 3 touchdowns, but we ain't gonna bring that up. You know what I'm saying? I watch the game. I'm gonna look at your stats, but I'm gonna watch the game in too. Practice ain't the game, man. Yeah, Vincent Gray probably been looking good at practice. Guess what? It's game time now. I don't care if ain't no fans. It's game time. Lights on, and guess what? The ball in the air. You better find it. He didn't find it, y'all. Well, I hate people bringing up practice, and practice ain't the game. You can be such a baller in practice, and when them lights come on and you got to play somebody else, woo! Sometimes you get some real reality checks once practice is over and you actually in the game. Boy, you get some real reality checks, boy. You thought it was something for real. Yeah, the offensive line didn't play well at all yesterday either. But Faye done got me exhausted, done got my head hurt messing with Faye. Talking about this man. Let him have his growing pains. You must didn't see some of our other quarterbacks. I've seen way worse than that. I actually see some promise in Joe. He got some things he need to clean up, but we can talk about that another day, y'all. Faye done made me tired, y'all. Faye done made me tired, man. So I'm about to get off of here, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. I appreciate it, Faye. We just talking. We on here talking. We gonna chop it up, y'all. This ain't no normal podcast or whatever. We gonna chop it up like we in the barbershop over here. So that's what we do. That's what we gonna do. Trill City, I appreciate you, bro. Moderating. Lulu, the Ohio State fan, moderating. I appreciate it. We gonna talk about it, y'all. I might go live again next week because I like going live. I just work a lot, so I can't. Weekend is when I have the most time. But we gonna chop it up over here. This barbershop talk. We gonna keep it real fan and keep it 100 over here, y'all. For real. I enjoyed it, y'all. Fire Don Brown. We need to make that a movement for real. If we want to get back to greatness, we need to get him gone. For sure. But that's about it, y'all. That's all I got. Like, share, subscribe, share the video, like it. And as always, go blue.